show off brashiness that like I really admire. I just hate what they put in the Like, I feel like before Apple made you pay 99 cents a song, like you were okay paying nothing. That was alright. Now I pay for Spotify Premium, which is $9.99 a month, but you don't even have all the artists. Like, I want to listen to Love Story by Taylor Swift, not Love Story in style of Taylor Swift. Hashtag white people's problems matter. But like, I mean, music industry, I can't really brag too much, but television is a whole another deal. Like, I just recently got something in the mail from Xfinity, and it was a home security assessment, okay? So basically, they're getting into the business like Brinks, right? And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, how about you focus on figuring out how I can record a show without leaving my cable box on all day? Or delete a show without turning the cable box off? Like, and Xfinity, like, come on, man. We know who you are, okay? Like, I don't care. Call yourself Caitlyn. Just do a better fucking job, alright? Sometimes I get, like, a little ding on my phone, on my new phone over there, and it'll be a text, right? So I get all excited, thinking, like, maybe it's a girl, and I run over to my phone, and it's a 20% coupon for Bed Bath & Beyond. Which is like, alright, I like Bed Bath & Beyond. It's not a terrible thing, saving money, but I would have preferred it if been a human being, female. But like recently, I stopped getting the text, and I kind of miss it. I have a phenomenon, I believe it's called Bed Bath and Blue Balls. Staying on the corporate theme, have you guys had the Taco Bell breakfast?
Yes.
The Taco Bell waffle taco?
Yes.
Oh man, it's actually, no, it's pretty good. It's a lot better than you would expect it to be. But I just gotta say that Taco Bell really needs to change its slogan from Live Mas, because I can guarantee you will not live longer if you eat that shit. I mean, really, the only way it makes sense is if live means shit in Spanish. I see you guys are enjoying some food and beverages. It really, like, boggles my mind how we're able to kind of, like, bottle certain things, and no matter where you are, it tastes the same. So you could be in, like, New York or Los Angeles or Washington, D.C., and you have a Coca-Cola and it tastes the same. I just wish Coca-Cola made pussy. Shocker, I'm single. It's partly my fault, I'm a realist. Like, I think like a man, as Mr. Kevin Hart would say. I enjoy really good-looking women, Like, girls say that they're all about humor, and they're liars, but that's what they say. But, I'm about physical attraction. And I'm not even talking about, like, boobs or ass. Like, I'm talking about just, like, the face. And, like, in my morbid psychology, that kind of makes me a feminist. Well, that and the fact that I watched the Women's World Cup with my pants on. The first half. I don't know what it is, though, like, they say, opposites attract, and, like, I don't think that that's true, because I like good-looking women, and they don't like me, so I don't think it's that. I mean, if I want to make a positive about it, maybe, like, I like really good-looking women, and I'm not really ugly, so that makes sense. I don't know. I joined a volleyball league, which, I'm going to take this off, because I don't know why I keep doing I joined a volleyball league, and it's like a social league, right? I met it to meet new people and whatnot. But it doesn't really make sense to me because they always tell you like you should never meet your future husband or wife in a bar. And what this league is basically a sweaty activity followed by a bar. So like I don't really see why I need to even do the sweaty activity. Why can't I just go straight to a bar where the women smell better, they don't have sand all over them, and they're not aware of how shitty I am at volleyball. I feel like, again, like I'm a short guy, right? So like in order to spike the ball, I basically have to like have like a strategically higher pile of sand underneath me and basically wait for a miss hit because nobody's setting me up for a spike, no matter how many times I quote Top Gun. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, all you can do is try to be nice. And I try to do that. But I feel like my female counterparts, like, they're not really doing the same thing. And even when it's not even about me and her, I listen to some of my female friends who, like, I can't hook up with, talk about guys. And they're, you know, I was talking to this one girl. She was like, oh yeah, I just went out with this guy last night. He was gross. And he was bald. I was like, and I wasn't wearing the hat at the time, mind you. Like, right here. And I thought maybe like she doesn't know that I'm bald. Like maybe because I so finely shave my head, she thinks that, you know, this guy just does it on purpose. Nobody does it on purpose. Nobody. Okay, like serial killers and method actors playing serial killers might do it on purpose, but nobody else. But I try to do nice things, you know. Like, if we're in traffic, like, I'm the guy who's gonna let you in. You know, I'm gonna be like, go ahead, go right on ahead. But you better give me a fucking wave. That's all you need to do. This is it. That's all I expect. If I don't get that, I'm pretty much cutting you off right after I let you in. Another thing I do is I hold the elevator for people, you know, and I even take it one step further because I know as like an analytical person who's always fucking thinking about stuff and stressing himself out, if someone held an elevator for me, I'd feel the need to rush, right? So I said, no, take your time. Go on, no, yeah, I have nothing better to do. Honestly, I have nothing better to do. Come on over. But if I don't at least get a smile out of that, then I immediately start, like, picturing their death, you know? Like, not in, like, a grotesque or, like, terroristy way, but, like, maybe the next time they go into an elevator, it's just like an empty shaft, you know? Acceptable tragedies. I'm kind of a nerd. That's why I went with the glasses, not the contacts. Just wanted to build on that joke. I played trivia. In fact, some of my trivia team's here tonight. Thanks for coming out. I watched Jeopardy. You know, I do those kind of things. And recently, there was like this little word problem that was kind of making its way around the internet. And it went a little something like this. Albert and Bernard asked Cheryl what was her birthday. Cheryl told Albert the date and Bernard the month, along with 10 possibilities. What is Cheryl's birthday? I was like, alright. So I sat there for about like 10 minutes trying to figure out this 3rd grade math problem. And after about 6, I really started to hate fictional Cheryl. Like, you pretty much went from having 2 presents to now we all hate you. So, good job. Speaking of hate, I hate, my friends know me. I hate when you insult someone when you're not trying to insult them. Like, for example, the classic case is asking a fat woman if she's pregnant when she is not. Okay, now I understand, as a stranger, you should never approach another stranger and ask this question. However, if I know you and I ask you that question, whether you're pregnant or not, before you get upset at me, you have to think about it a little bit closer, okay? Number one, I'm asking you this question, and I know that you've never really been thin, okay? Number two, I am asking you this question knowing that generally it takes about 3 or 4 months to even show a little bit, okay? And number three, I had no hesitation in my voice when I asked you this. So, most likely, you are a full-sized woman who appears, on top of that, to be about 6 months pregnant. And turn that, no, I'm not pregnant, into a, no, I'm not pregnant. I'm just kidding, don't ever ask that. I'm stupid. Let's talk about racism. Racism, unfortunately, in this country is alive and well, but the problem is you can't really sniff out the racists that easily. Well, I have a surefire solution of how you can do that. So basically what you need to do is you need to mistakenly identify someone's ethnicity and then see their reaction to that. For example, are you Arab? Fuck no! I mean, no? So, I'm Persian, right? But people are kind of starting to figure out that that means the same thing as Iranian, so I kind of have to, like, you know, find somewhere else to go. And Middle Eastern isn't really much of a big help because then you have to add in, like, Syria and Iraq, aka ISIS capital of the world. So I don't really want that. So pretty much all I'm left with is Asian, okay? And like, the Far East, they threw a bitch fit, and they basically took Asian from any other country in that continent, which pretty much is the definition of racism, but I guess we have to let it slide. Speaking of Asians, one word that you can't say is Oriental. I don't know why you can't say it, but you just fucking shouldn't. That's for my Asian friends. So like, I was talking about the Persian versus Iranian kind of juxtaposition. So with like Persian, you know, you have like the Persian cat, the Persian rug. It's like, it's a cool kind of feeling, you know? Like, I don't know, when you tell people you're Persian, you just want to fucking like do, like, you know, like Persian. You tell people you're Iranian, you know, they want to start tapping your phone, right? The way I think of it is like an old rabbi versus an old priest, okay? Like, you see an old rabbi, you're probably not thinking in your head, I wonder if he's fucked kids. Maybe you guys are, I don't know, I'm not. But you see an old priest in Europe, most likely, that thought kind of enters in the back of your mind a little bit, you know? Although, it is a little bit odd, because if you just look at the facts, the rabbi is the one pulling a Dexter and taking a dick memento of the baby, so it's a little bit weird. While I don't have you, I'm going to stick with the gross topics. Speaking of fucking kids, have you heard the Jared Fogle of Subway recently just got his house raided on alleged child pornography? Subway is taking Eat Fresh to a whole nother level. Hey man, Subway did it. Like when I go to Subway and they say 6 or 12, I assume they're talking about sandwich size, not preferred age, but... Can I get that kid on whole wheat? No. We live in D.C., right? For the most part, the DMV area. It's a political town. But it's kind of surprising to me how anti-socialism, you know, socialist we are. Like, you would think that people would want to be united. It's a basic idea. Instead of hating the 1% and feeling sorry for homeless people, like, we could all be equal, right? The problem is our views on sharing have not evolved since like kindergarten. We fucking hate sharing. Napster tried to let people share music, they got their ass handed to them. If you try to get the bartender to split your bill tonight, she's gonna give you an eye roll, okay? The only acceptable form of sharing is if you allow the person in front of you at the grocery store to use your bonus card. That's it. That's the only time. And that's like no effort. It obviously eliminates the need to reciprocate, and depending on how much they spend, you get cheaper gas. Whoever said it's better to give than to receive must have contracted HIV, okay? Because I don't see many non-filthy rich people actually believing that philosophy. And they've gotten way more than they've given, so it doesn't really make sense. It's like, if you're a guy and a girl says, hey, do you want a blowjob or do you want to go down on me? Well, of course, it's option number one. But imagine you just got 6 consecutive blowjobs. Like, maybe you listen past option 1? I don't know. Maybe not. Want to do a little time check? Alright, we're good. I'm going to talk about my family life for a few minutes. For the most part, it was good, you know. I never was like abused as a child. I had good schooling, all of that. However way I turned the fucked up way that I am, it wasn't my parents' fault. But I kind of wish they were a little bit more supportive. Like when I was in high school plays, I had a classmate. Her father was blind, and he would come to the plays. And it didn't really make sense, but like as a child of parents who have functional eyes, like I did not take it the right way. I kind of wished that they were there. And I played football. I played wide receiver. I played football, wide receiver for Marshall High School. And basically on game days, my parents would come up to me and would say, "So you're not playing tonight, right?" Probably not, but maybe. I'd be like, yeah, but like, even if you get in, it's probably going to be for a running play, right? Like, damn, Mom, like, you've never understood a single concept of sports, but suddenly you do, only to burn your son? That's not right. My sister, she used to beat my ass as a child. Because I was a pretty skinny kid, okay? Her go-to move was actually, she would place me underneath a blanket, and she would sit on me, okay? And basically just laugh as I, like, screamed that I couldn't breathe. But, you know, I really hated her for it. And I can't even blame her, because in hindsight, it was the perfect crime, right? I mean, no permanent marks, muffled screams. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm pro-abortion. Normally, pro-abortion is like a bigger cheer, but I managed to fuck that up. I'm going to leave you with one last joke, okay? So, I'm Muslim-ish, right? But I'm pretty much American, you know, I have no real religious ideology. But I did hear this little rumor, I don't know if you guys have heard it, that if you die for Allah, you're supposed to get 72 virgins when you get to heaven, right? And I mean, like, assuming you're a fucked up, twisted person, it sounds like a pretty good deal. But I would think I would need a few questions answered, right? Like, number one, how many are virgins and how many just say that they're virgins because they think that's what you want to hear? Number two, is it like unlimited ammo, or are you down for the count after one bang, just like in real life? And number three, most virgins that you meet are not the best looking people. So does God have like secret hot virgins stashed away somewhere that we don't know about, that just skipped Earth and went straight to heaven? And finally, if you're a fuck up and you just end up blowing yourself up and nothing else, do you at least get a few virgins for the effort, or are you punished with pre-op trainings? Just questions, folks. Thank you.